Hi guys, I'm doing a demonstration of my new volume control that I've added to my jumping spider. You can see the dial there. So how this works is I got a 5k potentiometer and I wired it to the speaker wire. It works absolutely fine, however I would recommend probably a 1k potentiometer instead of 5. 5's a bit much. It's better than like 50 or whatever that I previously used and tried to use an XL Clown, and I got all the issues sorted out and it works perfectly fine now on my jumping spider. The reason why I chose the jumping spider is you won't know if you don't have this, but this thing is really loud, like really. So here's the potentiometer used. Well, obviously this is a 100k one, but it still looks the same, other than the fact that when you actually use it, it's a bit different. If you haven't watched my first one, I used screw terminals, so I didn't have to solder up here in my carpet, because I burnt the carpet before. My parents weren't best pleased about that. So I used screw terminals instead, so I didn't have to take it downstairs to do soldering to it. And it also makes I'm not shortening the wire every time I try to do it. But it works really well now. Obviously, this thing doesn't really come with a hole that's intended for volume control, because it's probably never had volume control from the beginning. So I found this random hole, and I just stuck the potentiometer tip through there, so this bit. And I just stuck the knob on it and just hot glued it in place. I don't know how long that hot glue is going to last, and this does effectively ruin the resale value, which is fine. I'm never going to sell this prop. What do I mean by never going to sell it? Well, I'm not going to sell it for a very long time, I don't think. Anyway, like, unless something happens. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do a quick demonstration of this now. Just going to reset. And yes, it still has the 3D printed plastic gear in it, and it's operating absolutely fine. Turn the dial. That's full volume. And I can also turn it all the way around down to just mute it altogether if I wish. Unfortunately, it is a bit sensitive, so as soon as you put it as loud as it can go, it becomes just quite hard to adjust. You have to get it just right. So it's because it's a 5k one. So you see, I turn it very little and it changes the volume, and yet all this way it's changing it by very little. So that is a bit annoying. But you can still adjust it to be fine, and it does work in the end. I know I didn't make a YouTube video about this, and I'm sorry about that, but the XL Clown video does exist. Mine's got this weird problem where it doesn't always turn off every time. I'm very annoyed with that. But anyway, I've made a video on XL Clown. I didn't do it for this one because I wanted to concentrate, because after all, this was my first prop. If you don't count the Reaper dude, this was my first prop. Obviously, I got it. I asked for it more than the Reaper. The Reaper was certainly an impulsive buy, but this one was one that I'd wanted for ages, and I got it for my birthday. And it's a specific model too, and I got it for free because I got it refunded in the end. Same with the other one. The other one isn't out, the other spider, because there isn't room. I know, a bit depressing, but yeah, that's that. Would I recommend doing this? No, I wouldn't. Not unless you're in a real bind for sound. I'd say if you just need it quieter, just muffle it, to be honest. Don't bother doing this. But it works if you need to. All you need is, I mean, if you don't want to use screw terminals, then that's fine. You just need a 1 kilo ohms potentiometer, some wires, wire strippers, and a soldering iron. You're going to need it whether you use the screw terminal method or not. Thanks for watching.